you cook for a lot of professional athletes. I would love to get your thoughts on like, outside looking in, how you see guys moving and what they can do better.
And before you start, your glasses on 1,000 right now. I need a copy of them drinks. Where you got them from? Them Jones is crazy.
Nah.
I'm giving him credit, you know what I mean?
You can't put him on with that suit, it's too much.
What we working on?
We're working on the sunglass line.
Now listen, you need it now. That's good and all that. You need a face and a personality, and you looking at him. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. How much you gonna charge me?
We'll talk about it.
All right.
We
I'm
on
broke
air,
now,
we'll
man.
talk about
I'm broke, so.
I'm not, so we gotta, you know what I mean? We gotta make it happen. We gotta make it happen. But
We had to fight to get a meal, yeah. Wrongfully accused, we had to fight to get appeals. That's why we right to get a deal. He on the team, he gotta eat, despite the skills. Keep it riding for the fam, you gotta light the wheels straight up. But in the past bad, work up in the trash bag. I'll pass a lot to take the test before I pass class. And my family needed bread, I had to come correct. That's why I keep airing it out like I just passed gas.
Maybe mom and dad were right when they told me this wouldn't be nothing. Oh, is it confidence or confusion? Either way, I feel like I ain't never losing. Your opinion of mine, you know just what I'm choosing. I gotta do this, cause I can't fall asleep at night without seeing my dreams. Delusion and reality, I'm somewhere in between.
Well, we back. It's 3 weeks after the draft. All the owners are in a very happy place. Guys are back in the locker room, running around, OTAs, Ricky Symposium. So it just got real. Everything changed after the draft. You're held to a higher standards. You get paid more money. You're now in the 1% taxile in the world. So you can't be riding around with knuckleheads. Everything you do now from this day forward will be up under a microscope. And I was one of those guys who had a chance to luckily play 15 years and had a chance to sit at the Ricky Symposium.
you played 15 years?
And had a chance to be on the other side and talk at the Ricky Symposium for 3 years. So I've got to see both parts. Now, did I pay attention?
What's the Rookie Symposium?
The first time? The Rookie Symposium, let's break it down. So you talk about everything. You talk about benefits. You talk about salary cap.
That's right.
You talk
Family.
about conduct. You talk about the drug test. You talk about who to trust, who not to trust, because that old lady over there, that old lady that you seen over there that was waiting on you for you to sign. You got to have somebody watch that old lady, because that old lady, it may not be the old lady that you think she is. You might just think that she's a nice finance advisor. You know what I mean?
Who gets invited?
Right. About 200.
All the draft picks,
All
right?
the draft
No, all
picks.
draft picks get
All the draft
yeah,
picks
they all go.
get.
But there's 500 guys, literally starting their NFL career. And, like we said a couple weeks ago, you saw the draft. Now walking into their dream. And like Pac, like you're saying, like the symposium, you got these 200 guys invited to talk about just everything from life to business to benefits. And I know where you're going when you're saying, like, some dudes be sleeping.
Yeah.
This is real life, and I had the opportunity to speak there. You had the opportunity to speak there a couple times. I don't know what you presented on, but I think it's important for us to dive in there now and speak to them, but it's also life lessons for everyone.
Yeah. When I went, my whole conversation about trusting different people, everything goes so fast. Once you get your name called, everything flying. You all of a sudden got a card that don't run out. You all of a sudden got a paying your bills that you just met. You know what I mean? She best friends with your mama now. You know what I mean? You don't let her sign a couple checks. You know what I mean? So everything is going so fast, and thank God that it happened to me when I was young and I had a chance to come back and make a lot of money. But my trust factor, watch your bills. Take your time once a month, sit down and pay your bills, bro. You know what I mean? It sounds so easy right now, me saying that, but if you think about like, Shay, did you pay your own bills? Did you go back once a month when you was a younger guy?
I came in at 20. I was so young when I got in the league that my parents had to like co-sign my contract with me. So small stuff like that, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about taxes. So it's like so much small things that you don't even know about. Now granted, my mom and my dad was really good with me, you know what I'm saying? But it's a part of not even being taught financial literacy from no family. Most of the NFL is dominated by blacks, right? And most blacks, they don't really have financial literacy in their family. So when you talk about paying bills, it's so hard because it's like I came in at 20. I don't know about bills. You know what I'm saying? Bills. I used to do chores for 3 years ago. I was doing chores at the crib, getting a little money. You know what I'm saying? I got to college, but you don't know about paying bills. So that's a great point you made. I think the biggest thing with that is just maybe paying bills with somebody. Maybe somebody that you may hire, right? Maybe y'all do it together. You know what I'm saying? And twice a week, you know what I mean?
Right.
That you looking over your bills. Because it's so easy to go and you making so much money so quick. It's $5 grand. Oh, just pay this, man.
Right.
It's 10, so it's like you got to get used to that because everybody don't play 15 years. Everybody don't play 11 and 12 and a lot. You know what I mean? They don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that you talk about that process when you get drafted and paying bills. I still don't pay my bills.
I mean, he getting paper.
Yeah, he getting big pay.
He getting paper.
But like,
look over him.
So yes.
I
So
ain't
now
saying,
it's
like literally pay him.
no, I mean, yeah, I mean the portfolio, the type of books I get every single month on everything, you know, from our household to our investments. It's laid out, right? And I mean, we get these once a month, and now it's having those meetings, managing the process, managing the managers,
Yep.
and that's what we have to learn to do. So it's like, you know, some guys may not be ready to pay bills because they're just not there yet. Because for me, it was overwhelming. When I first got drafted, bro, Denver came out there with you. I had to fly, my financial advisor had to fly out to Denver because it's the first time I had bank accounts.
Of course.
And I had a mailbox and I had mail. And one day after practice, bro, I come home and there's literally like 30, 40 envelopes sitting on the counter. And I just sat there and it was like, I was frozen. I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? I called him in a panic. I said, bro, like I can't even open it up. I don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
You're talking about I got a car now. I got a mortgage. My mom got this, right? Sister, brother got this. He had to fly all the way from LA, and we opened up every piece of envelope, one piece of mail, one by one. And he organized everything for me. In those first couple years, I didn't manage the process. I was just like you. I got it, he good. Luckily, I was with the right person who never took advantage of me, right? Now, when I signed that big boy, that's when I got into the process of managing the managers. So it's extremely important for these guys right now to, you know, to understand the position they're in. And it's not just for athletes too. We're talking about young entrepreneurs because now I'm learning that now in business.
Yep. You're right.
Like how do I look at the finances and the P&Ls in business?
Right.
Right? Like what does that look like? What about, you know, people who aren't in the league? What does that look like? How do we have the conversation with our children when it comes to finances? How do we have the conversations with our spouses, you know, our significant other? Like, we got to have these conversations.
You know, I ain't gonna lie, like, my first 2 years, I put up probably half of my signing bonus, and the rest of, you know, I would see the statements, but I wasn't paying attention, you know what I mean? And my wife, she looked at the statements, this is when we first got together, she said, God damn, man, your bills were $82,000 this month. It's like your mama bill more than yours. Then I start checking and going back and looking at things, and I'm happy that we called it at an earlier time, but it's a lot of people that sit back and everybody don't have the Shady story where Shady comes from a unbelievable background with parents was there to help him.
But I ain't gonna lie, like to this day, right, with like business, because I got a lot of real estate stuff going on, and like I'm saying, it's okay to have people help you out. Like I don't want people thinking, you know, you're so nervous that you don't get taken advantage of, that you don't let nobody help you out. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying do it with them. So like, for example, like when my mom and pops, my dad, he's like the worker. He go out and check stuff out for me. Like, yo, pops, we having some issues with this tenant, you know what I mean? Go see what's going on. But my mom is more like the brains of the team, right? So it might be times where we might go through the bills together, you know what I mean? Or how can we find ways to make more money? How can we cut, some of our costs down, expenses? So, see what I'm saying? So it's not about just doing it yourself. Nah, I think you should go out there and hire somebody, right? And one thing I got in business since I've been involved in it, if these dudes are supposed to be so smart, because we like bred to think that, dude coming in with a suit on, you know what I mean, with a briefcase from Yale, right? We gotta hire him.
Right.
He gotta be the guy for me.
Right.
I'm this
$10
athlete, you know what I mean?
right.
But it's not even that, because if you can't simplify it so much for me, where I just know it, then you too smart for me. And I think we all
100%.
smart enough. You see what I'm saying?
Break it down in layman
Yeah,
terms.
so if you can't break this thing down, thank you, Yale, sir, and all. Thank you. I'm good with you. Because if not, you can't work with him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
How do you guys feel about this? A huge statement. Learn how to say no.
Yeah,
Or
hell yeah.
appoint someone that can say no. And so for me, when I got into the league, I appointed my mother. My mother had me. She was 17. Didn't have all the help that she felt she should have had from outside family members. So when I got to the league and I got that check, I appointed her
That's
to say
dope.
no.
That's dope.
Because you will have friends and family members coming back. And it's a sense where I made it so you want to bring everybody along with you. But, even me being a first round pick, like that money ain't as long as
You
you
first
think
round
it
pick?
is. What you come?
I'm sorry. That just blew. I apologize. Continue. That took me for a second. That's my bad. I'm sorry. No, it was a good story.
Yeah, dude.
Just continue. I'm sorry.
You like Rachi, don't be offensive.
My bad. Sorry about that.
So appoint somebody that can say no, right? Because you're going to get in these situations where you're going to have family members, and it might be uncomfortable for you. So for me, my mom was like, I'm that one. Whenever somebody hits you up calling you asking for money, send them to me. Because she remembered she was the one taking me to practice on the weekends, getting up early, 7 a.m., 6 a.m. training and all of that, right? Because what happens is you want to say yes to everybody because you feel like you made it, you want to bring the hood with you, all your boys, this and that. But it gets to a point to where you continue to say yes, that it's hard to turn it off. And you honestly feel like you turn your back on people that are important in your life, right? But that's not it. This bank account it's not a never-ending well, right? This is a first deal, right? Maybe you get that blockbuster deal down the line, but for a lot of these rookies, learn to say no. Don't feel bad about saying no. If friends, family members come to you with business opportunities, vet them. Send them through your financial advisors, send them through your lawyers. I actually did that with one of my best friends. He wanted to open up a barbershop. He came through with a business plan, and my financial advisor looked at it and said, you only give him this money because he's your best friend. I ended up having to tell him no. Man, he went in on me.
This is
He
your
ended
best
up
friend? Best friend?
Best friend. He ended up figuring out how to do it 2 years later on his own. 3 years after that, he said, I appreciate it, bro. He said, because, again, I had to figure it out, because if you would have gave me that money when shit got tough, I probably would have folded knowing you wouldn't have tripped, and you probably would have gave me some more.
Yup.
But he went out and did like a little Shady street loan. Be honest, he was like, man, it was niggas that was, if I ain't had that money, it was finna really, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I went and I got it done. Now, he has the biggest barbershop in the hood that we grew up in. And he thanks, honestly, he thanked me for saying no.
That's dope.
Chef, what we eating first? Once you tell us that, you cook for a lot of professional athletes. You know, I would love to get your thoughts on, like, you know, outside looking in, how you see guys moving and what they can do better.
And before you start, your glasses is on 1,000 right now. I need a copy of them drinks. Where you got them from?
Hold on, time out. That's a whole nother topic. You want to go there?
Them Jones is
Nah,
crazy.
nah, nah, nah.
No, let's go.
That's
No,
it.
tell the people. Tell the people.
Can't put 'em on with
No,
that
tell the
sentence
people
too
what we've
much.
been talking about for 6 months. Go ahead.
We're
Tell the
working
people
on it.
what we working on.
We're working on the sunglass line. Right now I'm in the stage of I have all my drawings out for my sunglasses, but I'm working on finding someone to bring that vision to life.
Now listen, you need it now. That's good and all that. You need a face and a personality, and you looking at him. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. How much you gonna charge me?
We'll talk about it.
All right.
We gonna hear it. We'll talk
I'm
about it.
broke, I'm broke, you know, so.
I'm not, so we gotta. You gotta make it happen. You gotta make it happen. But we got,
So back to what we eating, and then what can our guys do better and do differently? Outside looking in.
Got y'all some crab cakes with some secret sauce. But to answer your question, I have a lot of younger clients, guys who are just coming in the league, rookies. I heard y'all speaking about rookies earlier. I think it's different with them than y'all because they grow up with Instagram and Facebook, and they have that image they feel like they have to keep, the jewelry, the cars. Not understanding that stuff depreciates, so they don't go invest in land, houses, and stuff like that, stuff that's, considered assets. They want things that, appeal to the
social
crowd,
media world. Yeah, you're
So
right.
definitely I would say that. Not to, just speak on what I do, but, a chef, investing in your body, investing in your health, and that's bigger than just food. That could be a therapist, things like that, they don't necessarily think are priority. Like I said, they're more so focused on like the flashy lifestyle. Right. And then that slowly drives their money down the drain.
That's a jewel right there. You just said.
That's a big one.
Putting money in your body. That's one thing I wish a old head would have told me. About year 5, I probably started with 6. I started working out. I mean, not work, but like lifting weights. I would do ladder drills, play basketball and all that. I wish somebody really had me eating right, healthy. Only time
Hold
I kind
on.
of. Seriously?
No one told you. Hold on.
Nah, real I'm telling you, dog.
No one never told
Chef,
you to
appreciate
lift
you,
weights
man.
until like your 3rd year. You didn't lift weights
saying,
none
look
in
at-
college.
bro,
I'm
look
saying
at
it was easy. All right.
Look at him.
You're right.
For real.
Yeah,
But
I
I
can
mean,
see it
seriously, I
was
wish
easy.
now I look at a lot of these different like when I started really training hard is when I started getting with Frank. Frank Gore, dog, what make him so good, he really dedicated.
Where you think that came from?
He worked hard all
Hey,
day.
where you think that came from?
Look, eating right. Hold on, y'all, come on.
Coach Swayze,
I don't know.
Miami.
The way they eat, the way they train, like it's like important to him. You know what I mean? I would train, so don't get me wrong. I did train. I didn't like take it that serious. It's like, all right, I'm be in shape. I'm gonna eat whatever. But I never really like took how serious it really meant to really eat well. You know what I mean? Cold tub, hot tub, all that stuff. All that
cold tub
you know what I mean?
save you.
Even like Terrell Owens, like he read about stuff he be doing, or LeBron. Like, I wish I would have did that.
And I had T.O. my 3rd year. He might have saved me. All the shit that he did, like, I used to be like, man, why in the hell is this nigga over here on bands today? I mean, he had everything down to the T. And I used to try to get there. Every morning, this would be at the stadium, bro, 6:10. The first meeting would be like 8:15. He would get there every morning, 6:10, cold tub, bands. He already out on the field at 8 o'clock catching balls, you know what I mean, out the jug. After practice, he would go back to the bands, back to the cold tub, then go to the bike. Every day, he would ride that bike and do them bands. He wasn't really into the weights.
He's still like that though.
See, but that's why I beef with Ocho, and we had this whole Ocho versus science thing.
I'm with Ocho on some of that. I feel like sometimes a little bit of that is OD.
Nah,
right?
yo, no.
The
So-
eating, I
no,
can
so-
see it
okay,
depend on
bro.
your body
Oh, my
type with the
goodness.
eating. My body type, I can
only
eat
time dudes
anything.
really work out is when they have bad years. Then they try to turn it
Out of
up.
everybody here,
I've always worked
out
like
of
that,
everybody here, I probably played for the best programs, starting from high school.
That's facts.
Everything.
What?
Get the fuck out
No,
of
no,
here.
no,
say
no,
that.
no.
I hate to
Bro,
say that.
y'all better
You know what high school I went to?
You better Google this, boy.
Because he was ranked though high. We all
Bruh,
ranked
that
though
don't
high.
mean,
let's-
that don't mean
no.
you was in the best program though.
Just say
how
listen,
one-
I was in a better program than you, a better program than you, and a better
Westlake had
program than
we
you.
had a top
Where I'm from, though.
program
I
at
didn't know
Westlake.
What?
We had a top program.
What school you went to?
Westlake High School.
Y'all was okay.
We had the most in the league
Okay,
at
see,
one
look,
time.
see,
We was
look,
just-
you
how
guys-
many,
Westlake
how
Heights.
many out your high school made
Okay,
it?
hold on.
Westlake
How many out his high school made it?
You guys are getting offended for no
How
reason.
many out your high school made it?
Okay, can we
at
go
one
back to the
time?
topic? Can we?
We had 12 on the roster at one time. How many did you have?
You guys are getting offended for no
All
reason.
right. Don't say that.
I didn't try to offend you. I was just speaking the facts.
Who the best from his school?
If the
Who's
facts
the best from his
offend you,
school?
that's your
Who's the
problem.
best from his school? Who's the best from your school? Who is the best from your school?
It's
sir?
between me and Jones Drew.
Hell no.
Crazy work?
What you mean?
I'm just saying. But hold on, listen to what I was saying.
So who you like? Okay,
so
Jones Drew. Who would you
wait.
take? Jones Drew or
Listen to
Shady?
what-
Man,
listen
that
to
ain't
what-
even
pick
a
one
question,
running back,
man.
who
Don't
would you
disrespect Shady
No, I
like
like
that.
him.
Come on, man.
Come on, bro. He ain't you, though, bro. Come on, like, come on, bro.
Wait.
I'm just trying to get messy. Go back to the topic.
Let me go back
I'm
to
trying
what I
to
was
get
saying.
messy.
Ricky Waters? Y'all know who that is, right?
Hold on, I'm just trying. Let's
He
get
from
back
high
on
school.
topic. Go ahead, Deej. Go ahead.
Let me go
We
back
got
to
a
what.
roster.
Let me go back to what I was saying. No offense, fellas. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you guys. What I was trying to say was,
Well,
say
I was a part of a
He been in
program.
therapy.
I was a part of a program, literally that practiced and did everything like an NFL program when I was in high school.
This guy.
My high school strength and conditioning coach is now the head strength and conditioning coach at Cal Berkeley.
Thanks, chef.
My head coach,
Oh, she talking about
my head coach got offers to Stanford and all these different schools. So I grew up hot tub, cold tub, Olympic lifting, power clean, rest, all these different things. Put it like
That
this.
just means you went to a privileged school.
No, what I'm saying is, what I was trying to say
Sound like
is,
boot camp to me.
would have whooped the dog out you.
Finish. Go finish.
See, now I'm finna go there. With the dog out you.
Finish.
Okay.
Finish.
So what I'm saying is, okay,
Hold on.
just a little example. Saturday mornings, we would go in an hour of meditation.
I'm done.
What does that have? What does that have to do with football?
done, yo.
Can you let me
Hold
go?
on, hold on.
You're not letting me
done.
go. I'm saying I'm with
Are you just
Ocho.
saying
I'm
that's
saying
what the
sometimes
program-
No,
it's
you went
OD.
science. No, you say you went science.
I'm with science, so I'm saying sometimes it's OD.
No.
So,
No.
meditation.
You know what? Because you're taking a long time to get there. You finished?
because look at this guy. And look at this guy.
I'm just saying.
They getting all the fit. I don't
Bro,
even want to talk.
I'm just saying, how does that make
No,
y'all
hold
the
on,
best
I got it.
program?
I'm gonna bring it in. No. I'm gonna bring it in a
He's
nutshell.
13,
Here's what I was
14.
saying. No.
Go ahead.
Here's what I was saying
You
in a
had two
nutshell.
people that went to the
wait,
league off that team.
No, you talking about. No. You
They was
talking
alright.
about T.O. and doing this early in the mornings. And I'm saying there's a situation of OD. I'm saying I grew up in a program that offered me everything that you could ever think about. Right? And then sometimes it gets to a point to where it's too much. Chiropractic, we talked about it before, to where
No, all right, let me stop you right here. Because it's easy.
it's easy.
John Madden once said that if there's any NFL player that can go from high school to the NFL, skip college, is DJ Williams. Okay?
Crazy work.
I'm thankful I got water.
Crazy work.
Okay.
Hell of an athlete.
Hold on, time out.
That
Hold on,
doesn't
no,
mean
let me
that
bring it
they're
back. Let me
the
bring it
best.
back. Let me bring it back.
It does mean
Hold
we're
on,
the
time
best
out,
team.
time out.
We
Man said
ain't
that.
lose for 14 years.
Wait, John Madden said that?
John Madden said that. No, he was the truth.
They're gonna make me go
He was
there.
the truth. Basketball. Hold on, no,
154 game
stop.
winning streak. We ain't lose for 14 years.
That is hard to do.
Average margin of victory, 47 points.
That is hard to do.
Who'd y'all play?
That
It
still
don't
don't make
matter.
y'all the best
Little midgets.
program
It
ever.
don't matter.
Little Billy.
We play that. Put it like this.
Little Giants.
DJ Lil Johnny. Get out of here,
The
man.
scam team.
Go meditate. Go meditate.
No, but
You know
this
what? I'm
all
done
saying.
with that
Hold on,
argument.
time out. I say
ain't
all
gonna argue
that.
about Miami or my high school anyway because I played a part of the best teams in the country ever that ever
All right,
existed.
all right, good.
You
great.
was.
And I got the stats and numbers.
You was.
Ever.
I say that to say this, okay? And I'm not trying to offend you. So John Madden said that. No, he had real talent. Deej was that dude, running back,
We know that.
linebacker, basketball, all of that, track, for real. Legendary high school player. Now we bring it back to the discussion. These dudes, 500 dudes, just started their NFL career. When you got to the NFL, Deej became alive and partying. Maybe even you go back to the UM days. Could it be if you actually, the stuff that was,
you
that
get
molded
burnt
you and
out?
shaped you in high school, if you continue that, would you be sitting here as a Hall of Famer?
No.
Oh, you stopped meditating?
No.
Yeah, Deej was partying.
I was never in on
Deej, you want to
meditating. I was
tell
just
them
doing
about
it,
what you
man.
did to me when I first got drafted.
I can't.
Okay.
I got it on tape though. I got it on tape. Wherever I am athlete go, I'm going.
That's what he is.
Forever. I got it on wherever it go, wherever I'm going. Y'all want to ask why? Hey, CFO, or DJ Williams, I'm getting all the titles. But to answer your question,
Super high IQ, football IQ through the roof. Freak of an athlete. Look at your body. You still like you can play.
Somebody tell me about
hold on. At the same thing is, sometimes you are what you are. I remember sitting next to Trevor Price, and he made a comment about tackling and lifting weights and this and that. Yeah, D-tackle, Denver Broncos.
I know. I just think
he was the highest paid defensive player at one point in
I know
time.
he is. I just think I need to make sure I was right. Yep.
Sometimes plugging into that system, chiropractors and all that stuff will mess individuals up. So for me, I had a balance, bro. I needed to be wild. I needed to party. I needed to drink in order for me to play and be focused and really enjoy it. I needed that balance.
Break that down.
What do you mean break
because
that
there's
down?
a basketball player I recently talked to in year 15. Everybody know him. And
Bro,
the night
you
before
was
the
there.
games, he
Everybody got a
drinking.
teammate like
Listen,
that.
hold on. You was there in the first year, the first meeting of the year with Shanahan. He says, look, some of you can drink all day Saturday night and come and play Sunday.
That was me.
He say, what'd he say? He say, don't hang out with the Owls if you can't soar with the Eagles the next day.
Yeah, right.
He said, you need to find out who you are. If
That's
you
the
that
head
guy
coach's
that, if you
line.
that guy who can drink all day and ball out.
But what I'm saying to you is this. I hear that. What
I
I'm
would-
saying to you is, I'm saying to you is this. Yes,
Listen,
you were able to do that, but
no,
you
no.
didn't optimize your opportunity. You didn't.
But when we
fully-
talk about mental
levels.
health, right?
It's levels to this stuff, though, dog.
So you
Well, I
need to
think
go
if
drink
you
and
got it,
smoke.
you got it,
You
though.
masking some type of pain if you think
If
you
you
got
got
to
it,
go
you
out
don't
and
got it,
drink
bro.
and
If
you
smoke
got
and
it,
What
you
it
got
is,
it, B.
what it is, what it
B,
is.
if you got it, you got it. I
No,
don't
no,
think your
I-
performance.
Wait, I hear what he's saying, but sometimes it is what it is. And maybe my way of masking that pain was drinking, smoking, hanging out, doing whatever. But everybody is doing something to cope. I don't give a what you say. If you playing in the NFL, you playing in the league, that is hard.
But
bro.
hold on, let me stop you for one
You
second.
don't wake up every day and love this and want to do this every fucking day. That shit is hard.
There's some dudes that do.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is.
Not the meetings.
I love
Not
this.
the conditioning.
I love
some
all
people-
that.
It is
No, you
hard
don't.
though, because y'all, we are part of the 1%, so we're able
No,
to
you
operate
don't.
at extreme. This is the problem, because even Ben Simmons, we'll talk.
Oh,
this
my
is.
God.
Hold on, let me say-
What you about to say?
Hold on,
Hold
hold on.
on. Let me get this off.
Yeah, this-
What's Ben's problem?
The problem is the reason why we're able to perform at a high level through all the stuff he's talking about is because we're able to mask pain. That's the problem, is that all of our lives we had to say we not hurt. All of our lives we had to say that keep pushing through, keep pushing through. And what happens is we start masking the pain. And then what you, hold down, boom, boom. Now we looking at post-career, why is all of our brothers out of shape? Why is all of our brothers divorced? Why is all of our brothers in financial ruins? It's because all of our lives, we never sat down and said, maybe I do talk therapy. Maybe I sit down and
Bro,
let's work through
B,
this.
I was 23, 24 years old. So Thursday night, I like to party and drink. Friday night, I like to party and drink. Knowing I'm going to ball out on Sunday to party and drink again on Sunday. I'll be honest, if it was Thursday night and I had to sit in the house and I read books and I sat there and I studied and I worked on my body, I wouldn't have enjoyed my life.
You said 24?
Yeah, see, that's the
But
TC.
hold on,
young.
Let me say one thing.
I wouldn't have
He's still
enjoyed
young.
my
Let me
life.
say one thing. I was drafted at 22, Shady. I enjoyed the f***ing process of waking up at 6 a.m., whether I was coming back from Magic City, Tussies, on a jet from Jamaica. I enjoyed the process of going to the stadium and getting away from all the bullshit. The stadium was my
Sanctuary.
safe haven.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like, that's where I had no problems at. My coaches always used to tell me, that's why I got a great relationship with all my coaches. He said, man, one thing about you, man, you enjoy being at the stadium. We never have to worry about you putting in the work, studying or nothing. We just got to worry about when your leave here, going to wherever I'm going at 2, 3 in the morning. But I'm going to be back at work at 7:30. Either I'm sleeping in the hot tub, steam room, or sleep in the car. But I've always been like that. You know what I'm saying? I've always enjoyed the process.
Pac, I'm saying it came hand in hand, right? Question, all of the extracurricular out of the facility, do you think if you X that out, you would have had a better football career?
Yes, that's the
Or
problem.
do you feel
I
that
would've
it went
made-
hand in hand?
I would have said I would have made more money, but the trials and tribulations that I went through has made me more money from going through it. I don't know if I'm
No,
saying
you're saying
that
it what
right.
made you.
Yeah,
like
you
what the
learned.
things
Yeah,
you
you
learned.
get what
All
I'm saying? I'm a way bigger and better person from Roger Goodell sitting me down. You know what I mean? Like at first I didn't understand being the poster boy, being
Adam.
suspended for a year. I'm like, what I do to get deserve to get suspended for a year? And it took me probably a year or two to be able to walk back into Roger's office and be like, hey, look, man, thank you for doing that for me, because that really changed my life. You know what I mean? If you wouldn't have did that, bro, like I don't know where I'd be at right now. You know what I mean? That really put me at pause and made me go and reboot. So
I'm a line
So,
stepper.
hold on 1 second. This, because I hear, absolutely, right? And that's why this conversation is so important, is because divine mentorship. These, not just athletes, there's people in different spaces that can learn from this conversation and not make the same mistake. You don't have to go through it, right? So that's why we really have to lean into this conversation, because you had to go through it. There was nobody to actually show you the way. There was nobody to show me the way. What I'm saying, Deej, is this. The problem is this. You're talking about it ain't no party. This is business. We're professionals. That is the problem. We think we make it to the NFL, we make it to the NBA, and we get all this access, we get all this money, and now we out and no, this is a job.
But B, he was at the
I
U.
showed up.
He was at
and
the
I did
U.
my job.
No, but your job is your body. Your corporation, you're a walking corporation. That's the point.
So you think
your
by me
job,
having
what's
1% less body fat now, I'm gonna be in a Hall
what's
of Fame?
affecting your job, what I believe is this. Your mental makeup, your football IQ, your body, your freak athlete.
That's the
so
way
my
I
thing is,
release,
hold on, my
bro.
thing is this. We're talking about, we always say the game is about inches, right? I truly believe if you actually didn't go out on Friday night, you actually stayed in and you carved up, because you know that cycle when it releases for energy, instead of being out putting this in the body, you actually went longer, you went harder. So that those 10 tackles or 15 tackles would have turned in 20, 25, which you probably would end up as a Hall of Famer.
I would have played less years and I wouldn't have enjoyed my life.
But that's the
I
problem.
like to
Why
get
wouldn't
it
you
in.
enjoy your life? Because you
I
think
like
it's
to
a
get it
party.
in,
though,
It's not a party.
But
That's
you
the problem.
cannot say that like
That's what I'm
that is
saying.
gonna be greater because
Can
you didn't drink.
Can
Fucking
you
the best
soar with the
football
Eagles?
player in the world,
Pack.
got drunk and snorted lines probably in the bathroom. Lawrence Taylor is the best football player ever to play the game.
Coach said we gotta give him Coke.
Give him whatever he
Look,
wants.
look, hold the Gatorade. We need more Coke.
Come on.
Because if not, we can't
Lawrence was
win.
in the bathroom. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
But where they at?
But B,
30 tackles.
No, he can't say that, bro.
But
He can't say that.
that's why Shanahan said that. You got to figure out who you are and learn and know your body. If you're that individual that can go out all night and function the next day, enjoy.
I agree.
If you're not, and I get you're talking about game of inches and optimal.
That's right. That's
and
right.
this,
Fourth
and-
down, mano. The game is on the line.
Or
We got a minute. We got a minute left.
Or I'm about to run through this face.
No.
Because it's about to be some at live.
See, that's the problem.
Yeah. That motivates some dudes.
David,
Yeah,
where we
they
at?
do.
Wait a minute, come through. Where we at, baby? You saw what I did?
No.
Listen, the whole time I was thinking, right when I run through his fucking face, I'm coming straight to live.
Yeah,
And everybody seen it.
But let me answer.
So
what
it's-
you
it's
just
your
said.
motivation,
let
bro.
Let me answer what you just said. I agree with you. You gotta do what works for you, right? There's different modalities, different little tactics and strategies, and that's, to me, it's about that. To me, a non-negotiable is, the distractions. Like, we all have them, but how do we eliminate the distractions so I can go be the best person all around? Professional at home, et cetera, and also, what's a non-negotiable for me is if your body, we're talking about, if I can you got a headache right now. If you take a Tylenol, the headache goes away in 2 hours, 3 hours. So what that tells me, what we're putting in our bodies actually affect the output, the performance. So if we're putting in alcohol, drugs, or whatever in our body, what's going to happen to this machine? Sleep, hydration. Dudes got hammy injuries. They dehydrated.
There's
What
no way to
happens?
quantify
Now
it,
we got
though.
dudes pulling hamstrings,
There-
quads because
there's-
they dehydrated. They've been drinking.
There's no way to quantify it. There's no way to
This is physics. This is science.
I know,
What are you
but
talking about?
will you say this though, that everybody's different?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's talk about that. Everybody's different. We all play with players, right? I want to get into names, but some dudes like, yo, I don't know how. I'm whispering to my man, I don't know how this dude be doing it. How? Soon we land, he going to the strip club, he drinking, he this, he that. Hall of Famer we talking about here, right? I'm like, dang.
So he would be a Hall of Famer now?
And there's some dudes that
Two H's in front of
can't
it?
do
come on,
it.
everybody
That-
learns different.
yeah.
I've been around a dude like where like so I'm a type of guy where coach has the game plan. I could get it quick. You know what I'm saying? Other dudes, right? They might can't do the iPads and study it. Some dudes got to physically go out there and they go
That's
through
me.
the plays.
I agree with
right?
that.
I go out there,
Hold on,
if
I
I
used to think-
bust, I'll never
I
make
was
a
like,
mistake
damn, like, them
again.
dudes is they kind of slow. Like you got to do that to learn. But I learned that everybody's different, and he be knowing his job so well that's like you can't even tell that he has that thing where he has to go out there and practice. Like he can't just study it, or coach can tell you something, you write it down, look at your notes for 10 minutes, then you know it. Everybody's different. So the same thing, but that you preaching on. That sounds crazy because you trying to say you have to do this way to be this great person. Nah, everybody different. And it's the same thing with how I might, I practice different than you practice, or I prepare different than you prepare. Same thing with this dude. So everybody's different. I don't believe what you get
That's
into.
cool.
'Cause
And I think maybe I'm not articulating myself well enough because if you look at the stats on the show, 80% is Ocho, 20% is science. and what I'm saying is I believe in the 80-20 rule when it comes to food and nutrition. 80% of the time eat clean, 20% of the time have fun. Hell, I even eat McDonald's fries every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? What all I'm saying is, I'm talking about physics, we're talking about science, we're talking about what we're putting in our body, we're talking about sleep. There's people that have been studying this for centuries.
I need to try. I've never had a diet.
And so hold on. So look. We can pick up this conversation another time, right? But like I'm gonna go back to what you said, Deej, and that's like you said you had your mom, right? Because like this is a great conversation with all these people watching. I do believe in find out what works for you. I do believe that. But going back to these boys right now, 500 athletes starting their career. What if they don't have a mom or a dad?
Then they
So
gotta
what's
be
the answer?
They gotta be the villain. You have to be the villain because at the end of the day, when you're that athlete that's broke and they're doing a special or 30 for 30, nobody's gonna care, right? You have to make that tough decision. You're a grown man now. You're in the big boy leagues, right? Like nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. You made 10, 15, 20 million, now you're 27 years old and you broke. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. So if you don't have that individual in your life, it has to be you. That's it, and it's tough. It's tough because again, like, I made it, we made it. You wanna bring everybody with you, but everybody can't go. You wanna have people around you that are assets, not liabilities, right? You don't wanna have bloodsuckers around you. You don't wanna have people taken from you, right? If somebody's not bringing value to you, it don't have to be monetarily. It could be spiritual, it could be emotional, it could be mental, but if they're not bringing value to you, what are they around for, right? So if you don't have that individual in your life that can say no, you gotta get yourself to a point to where you can say no. And it's tough, bro.
I love that.
I flipped it. I had to say no to my mama.
I ain't saying
That's
no to
the
my mama.
hardest. Listen, that's the hardest.
can't tell my mama no.
That's
See,
that's
I've been
the
on
hardest.
my own since.
That's the
Well,
hardest.
you don't have to. Go ahead.
Like,
That's the hardest
Your
no.
mom ain't. It's different. Oh, my fault. Different than other people's mom. Like, so for instance, you're a liability or not. You get what I'm saying?
You know
so
what?
With my mom, I love my mom.
She had
to
big
death, but
dreams.
my mom is not in a spot where I can talk to her about financials or have her. She wasn't the one who knew about bank cards or trust. So I grew up kind of fast, you know what I mean? So coming out the projects, I was the head person of my family at 12, 13 years old, you know what I mean? Go to school, do this, that, boom, make some money, take care of the family, back to school. And it took me hitting rock bottom to figure out like, whoa, bro, this is the real world.
But
You know
my
what I
issue
mean?
was my mom she wasn't leeching. She just had big dreams. But again, the lack of financial literacy. So just like my best friend, when I got to the point and I told her no, I cut her off, my mama go-getter.
That's how my
She
mom
figured
is.
that shit out.
Yep.
She got her own companies. She got her own foundation. She started writing grants. She started educating herself. And just like
She
those
lit.
people,
She lit.
those people that really got your back, bro, when you tell them no, they gonna come back and thank you because you end up making them a better person. Because they went out there and they figured it out and they got it. Now, if they don't come back and tell you thank you, they was just waiting around for you to drag them along.
That's right.
You was just being their crutch. So when I told her no, she went and figured it out.
So that's how my mom was. She had my brother at like 16 and all that. But they weren't, she by herself. You see what I'm saying? My pops was there, but they young. They 16 with kids. So I feel like sometimes either make you stronger, how your mom's kind of got it together, or you just let the grandma raise the child and all that. That's what happens.
So with that being said, what's the one thing you would say to someone entering into, a new round, new money, new influence?
What I would say to a rookie right now, y'all talked about this rookie symposium. I love the rookie symposium. Only thing I think is missing, which I'm lobbying to do myself and my team, is they don't bring in like different people from different businesses, right? If it's real estate, if it's entrepreneurship, you know what I'm saying, like clothing line, whatever it is, and actually show them like, hey, this is what we're doing, this is how we're doing it, and implementing that in there so you can see it, how to make money, how to do different things other than play ball. We're all geared to just, I get busy on the field, give crazy workout, which is, everybody knows that, right? And then I'm gonna get money from it. But there's so much more to learn from that. So I wish if I was younger, I wish somebody would have showed me these things, right? Like, yo, listen, youngin, you about to go buy a $100,000 watch or a chain or whatever it is. Listen, give me that 100 grand or 200 grand. I'm putting some properties in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever it is. You're not even thinking about this 100 grand. How many times you done spent money in the club or whatever? I seen what Jared Smith was talking about that. That really touched me. Like, yo, I know that feeling. You see what I'm saying? So that money that you missing, 100 grand that you're not even thinking about, that value on that is crazy.
Like even now, like
Come
you
on.
invested in all these units.
Listen,
100,000.
it's so crazy. Like
Right.
when I want to spend money or give a little check out to somebody or you know what I mean, spend money on this and that, I'm like, man, this is a property. I'm tripping. But now I'm gradually growing, and you learn that. But you can make so much more. I'm gonna make more money in the real estate game than I did in the league, and I'm like top 3 highest paid running backs all time. Google that, check that out. You know what I mean? But listen, it just shows you the money you can make off the field that we not geared to think about. And we got all relationships. You see, I'm sure I could call.
We can get
Anybody.
That's the
I done call bro. Hey, bro, what's up with this real estate, bro? You got anything I can get in on? Hey, Pac, I got something coming up in a couple months. I'll call you
What
back.
you talking about? I did the little Zoom call with the, you know what I mean?
Bro, I'm telling you, man, it's like.
So what advice would you give?
I would say have a plan. And I know it's hard at 21 years old, right? But don't come into the league and just be a leaf blowing in the wind. Have a plan, but let your plan be fluid, right? Be flexible, be able to adapt, be able to move. Protect your brand. Always have in the back of your mind that your brand or your legacy is what's gonna trail you long after you're done playing. I didn't go speak at the rookie symposium like UNB, but I was at the rookie symposium. I'm in the league year 7. My agent called me, tell me that one of his clients is at the rookie symposium, and they got photos from my Facebook page up on what not to be. What not to be. And the pages are still up on my Facebook. Y'all can go check out. It was wild, it was crazy. But again.
Like, don't meditate all day. Like,
But again.
This dude.
Have a plan and understand that your brand is gonna live on forever.
If I had to tell a rookie anything, I would say enjoy this process in this NFL. Like, you know what I mean? Because this shit is it ends way quicker than you think it ends. You know what I mean? So enjoy the process and do things without your ass in the street, if I can say that. You know what I'm saying? If I could have anything back, you know, a lot of stuff I would have did private, you know, in home, you know what I'm saying? And this NFL locker room, it don't last for long, so maximize it while you can. But I would tell them just don't have your ass out in the street when you're doing certain things, man.
Right. And for me to wrap it up, I would say, one, there's no more excuses. It's over. It's done. It's too much information. You talked about it now. Social media, they hearing us talk about it. You know, we're getting anywhere from 500,000 to 1 million views plus a show, an episode, and you got $1 million worth of game. You got Drink Champs. You got All the Smoke. You got so many people out there talking about it that you guys vibe with, dig, and also watch. No more excuses. Learn from other people, divine mentorship. The biggest thing that I would say, tap into your mental health, right? Because like y'all already said everything and everybody already said everything. The information's there, right? Mental health, bro. 80% mental, 20% physical. Tap in there. It's a big deal. And not everybody need talk therapy. Some people just need to do the meditation or do yoga or go for a walk. Like what works for you, okay?
Holla at me.
Okay?
Now listen. For all the viewers out there, baby, that's right. The one and only Shady McCoy, I'm back. I'm here to stay. I am active.
We had to fight to get a meal, yeah. Wrongfully accused, we had to fight to get appeals. That's why we right to get a deal. He on the team, he gotta eat, despite the skills. Keep it riding for the fam, you gotta light the wheels straight up. But in the past bad, work up in the trash bag. I'll pass a lot to take the test before I pass class. And my family needed bread, I had to come correct. That's why I keep airing it out like I just passed gas.